On a cold March night in 1922, in the remote farmstead of Hinterkaifeck, Germany, one of history's most chilling and perplexing murders took place. 6 people were brutally killed, and to this day the case remains unsolved, haunting investigators and true crime enthusiasts alike. Let me take you back to the events leading up to that fateful night. The Gruber family lived on this isolated farm. Andreas Gruber, his wife Kazilia, their widowed daughter Victoria, and her 2 young children, Kazilia and Josef, along with their new maid, Maria Baumgartner. But strange things had begun happening months before the murders. Andreas Gruber noticed footprints in the snow leading from the forest to their home, but none leading back. He heard footsteps in the attic and found a newspaper he didn't recognize. Keys went missing. The previous maid had quit, claiming the farm was haunted. Yet stubbornly, the family stayed. What makes this case particularly disturbing is that the killer, or killers, apparently lived in the farm's attic for several days before the murders. They watched, they waited, they learned the family's routines. Think about that for a moment. Someone lurking above while the family went about their daily lives completely unaware. On the night of March 31st, the killers struck. One by one, the family members were lured to the barn and killed with a mattock, a tool similar to a pickaxe. Even little Joseph, barely 2 years old, wasn't spared. The new maid, Maria, who had only arrived at the farm hours earlier, also met the same brutal fate. But here's where it gets even more chilling. After the murders, the killers stayed at the farm for several days. They fed the cattle, ate food from the kitchen, and used the chimney. Neighbors noticed smoke rising from the farmstead but thought nothing of it. It wasn't until April 4th that the bodies were discovered. The investigation that followed was plagued with problems. The crime scene was contaminated by curious onlookers. Vital evidence was lost, and potential suspects were never thoroughly investigated. Some believed it was a robbery gone wrong. Others suspected family secrets, and there were even theories about supernatural forces. 100 years later, the Hinterkaifeck murders continue to captivate and terrify people. The idea that someone could hide in your home, watching your every move before committing such horrific acts, taps into our deepest fears. It reminds us that sometimes the most frightening mysteries are those that remain unsolved, leaving us to wonder, who was the monster in the attic? And why did they choose this isolated farmstead for their terrible deed? The case was officially closed in 1955, but the questions remain. Perhaps some mysteries are destined to remain in the shadows, serving as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the most unexpected places.